Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Better Than Wilhelm series, where we are back again as Germany, and we are about to collapse the French Empire in one big swoop. Now today we're going to be trying to take Paris, and we're going to be also trying to take Bonifacio, or Corsica, I believe it is, and we're also going to be trying to move our fleet over here to pretty much destroy Madagascar. And I'm thinking that I might have enough troops over here that I can just load up on the ships and just bring over here instead of having to rely on a lot of things. I am going to try and take Djibouti also. So I believe my fleet, if I can bring them from up here down to Djibouti, I will do that eventually. But right now I am going to try and use it to take Corsica and all that jazz. Now I am going to also be preparing to also face off with the Spaniards. The Spaniards have definitely taken Marseille, and I took it back in the last episode. So it is time to make the Spaniards pay for their looniness. And I'm also going to be trying to take a lot of their territory as well. So it is going to be quite a action-packed episode, to say the least. To say the least, it's going to be a little action-packed because of all of this. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting this week, and we're going to see what we can do within the week. The French and the British have signed a peace treaty. Oh, okay. Okay. That's not bad. I like that. Keeps them from taking more shit. It keeps them from taking more shit. Okay, cool. I will accept this. I will accept this. Let's make some more Conclass battleships. And we're going to be doing more what we can. So, Indochina is going to be on the back foot right now, back burner, because I do not think that it'll be too much to worry about. So, we're going to go ahead and do all the stuff we can right now. So, da 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 da, ba ba. Maybe we'll take Tangiers in just one go, one turn. Let's take it. Let's take the most important Moroccan colony that the Spaniards have, because that's what we have to do. Oh my goodness. They really piled on a bunch of militia units in there, didn't they? That's very, very, very threatening. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that many. A good many, but not that many. And we'll take it. Thank you. Tangier is mine. And now we're gonna go to move to Riomoy, Manoy, and we'll send these guys. I really hope that the French would have taken this back, honestly. But now that I know that they're not going to be taking any more of Indochina, especially to separate it, I think I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. It sounds pretty good to me. So let's start the bombardment of Paris. The bombardment of Paris. I keep forgetting that Shift B does the same thing. Oopsie. I might need a lot more artillery to bombard Paris into the ground. So we'll see how much damage we can do on this turn. And maybe we can just kind of like figure out exactly how much I'm gonna need. Because I can only imagine how much troops that France has just accumulated inside the city to just be a fortified freaking mess. And all that kind of stuff. It looks like there's quite a bit. Okay, we got a lot of colonial troops here, and we have quite a bit of troops here. So, I don't think they're gonna try and rush me like they would, like any other Civ would. because they don't have strong troops. So I'm gonna have to systematically break their armies down, probably clear out this massive horde of troops, and pretty much try to get things squared away. I am fighting a hill tile and all that junk. Oops, okay. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Well, that's not great. But I do have a lot of elites, so I could probably get away with it. Maybe. We're gonna take these guys and move them up here. And we'll destroy this. Steam transport that probably had a good many troops on it. And we're going to make our move southbound. Okay. So we're just going to be systematically racking the Spaniards and doing everything we can. We might be able to use our elite cavalry to pretty much get large majority of the Spaniards' army down. So we can definitely get everything working order. Get everything in a working order. Any damaged unit is going into the city of Tunius. Okay, and then we're gonna bring these guys down. We'll still have these guys wait outside, at least until I can get something from it. I'm gonna try and cut off this transport from going anywhere. Maybe make him go away a long way, because I'm pretty sure there's probably troops sitting in this, and I don't want him to land it. I had a naval unit in it, naval infantry. That wasn't gonna get very far. It did have troops. It did have troops. Damn it, I wish I could have taken it down. I wish I could have sank it. I really wish I could have. Well, I can always rely on the other AI to do the very same thing. I'm pretty sure a French ship was out there. I don't know who else is fighting the Spaniards. I know it's me. I know it's just probably me. I don't remember if the British were fighting them or not. But maybe. And it looks like the British are back at war with the French again. And now the Portuguese are fighting the French. Everybody's fighting the French. Even Tibet? Oh, are these the Ottomans? Are these Ottomans fighting the French? Because if it's the Ottomans fighting the French, that makes sense. I won't be able to take Corsica until Spaniards, like, commit death on their troops and lose the landing. Because I won't be able to make any landings. Oh, man. They're really starting to really bother me. The British are furious with me because of how much war that's been going on between me. Well, warmongering status penalties are a pain, but luckily gold can settle a lot of disputes. That's for sure. Oh boy, this is gonna be a pain. Big pain. Afrikaner made. Okay. And that Afrikaner will definitely be used in a core group so that I can potentially clean up more of Africa, especially when the British have to fight me. The British are really chomping at the bit to try and fight me, so that's why they're really making harsh demands, is so that they can have a justifiable reason to fight me in a war that I do not want to have. So that's pretty much why. They're very hell-bent on trying to drain my coffers because of that very reason. So if you're really trying to play this mod, just know, for example, that the AI will try to make very unreasonable demands just to justify war on you. So that's how that works. Let's see. Paris is really taking a beating, but I have not been able to do much. So at least nothing permanent. So what that means is that I'm gonna need more howitzers. Oh boy, I'm gonna need more howitzers. And you know what? I've been letting them build up so much stuff. Let's see, we want the 12 centimeter, right? The 12 centimeters. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Berlin, we'll continue that one until it's finished. Another howitzer battery. And another howitzer battery. Okay, Nancy. Maybe I'll have you make another. Okay. Alright, another U-boat. Let's take that U-boat there. And now... Oh, bombard Barcelona. Naval base is destroyed. And that means opening. And we'll take this elite. We'll go into the mountains with him, which is probably not ideal. Probably could have gotten my character killed, but nope. Awesome. Another core obtained. Wow, we're really getting a bunch of armies here in Africa. That's pretty useful. Very useful, honestly. Very useful. I like it. I love it. I need more of it. I'm going to start putting troops on the Russian border up here in Scandinavia and over here, just in case. Because I believe it won't be long before the Russians have a justifiable reason to fight me. So I'm just going to hold my metaphorical horses. So let me see this Afrikaner unit. It is a 5. Okay, cool. And we'll send him up here to Grora. And we'll have him be ready. Okay. The French are starting to make moves into my encroaching territory. They're encroaching in my territory, and that is not what I want. So we're going to go ahead and take that down. And now, what we're going to do is be ready. Alright, the Spanish infantry there. We're going to move a lot of these units around. Okay. So the naval base is destroyed in Barcelona, which means the ships that have been docked there are pretty much exposed. And they won't be able to get away from me. No escape from me. Okay. And now they're going to try and bombard back, which is fine. Okay, there's a Maxim gun in there. So they're never going to take Corsica because they can't fight that. They don't have artillery and not enough ships to really bombard Corsica. So that means it's going to also be quite a struggle for me as well. Okay. Okie dokie. There's a lot of units here that I can just make cores out of if I'm very, lucky. Yeah, okay, okay. I like this idea. I like this idea. I can roll with this idea. Holy schmoly, I was not expecting Austria to land troops. How curious. How curious. I didn't think they would be able to get out of there, because Italy and Balkans tend to block that sea. Well, be far from me to judge. Good luck, Austria. I would be surprised if Austria could actually take a city this game. I would be very impressed. The AI for Austria seems to rely heavily on Germany, so they don't really get to do a whole lot. That is a lot of Dutch forces. Holy moly. Maybe the Dutch can act as sort of pseudo artillery and get rid of majority of the units there. Or not. I don't see that happening, but you know, maybe. Maybe. Benefit of a doubt. Benefit of a doubt. There's always benefits of doubt. Okay. Ba 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 ba. All right. We'll start moving all of these artillery guns into the hills here, and then we'll just continue bombardment of Paris. Because if these units do not kill any of these units, they're all going to be elites, and they're all going to be a lot harder to fucking bombard and kill. So that's kind of why I'm trying to still take initiative by bombarding everything. Despite me not wanting the Dutch to have any freaking room here in Europe other than Amsterdam, there is that threat. Big threat. So we're going to have to deal with it. It does look like maybe some units are already... No? Okay. Well, regardless, we're gonna have tons of batteries, tons of encampments, tons of everything to try and take Paris. Of course, I will be moving all these guns to the Spaniards' border after I take Paris. So I am building up for that too. I might be able to sink a ship inside Barcelona, but I'm pretty sure they have a big navy. Holy schmoly, that thing is actually empty. What the fuck? And you know what? Good. And you know what? Good. Very good. That's actually brilliant. Okay. That means that we're going to have a very, very hard time. And we're going to wake all this up and we're just going to move them down. That's impressive. I did not expect them to actually abandon the Philippines like that. And you know what? I want to keep it that way, so I'm going to move that naval ship out. Alright, let's go ahead and do some harassment on the Spaniards' lines. Because we're going to need to. We're going to start using our elites to try and kill some stragglers. Destroy some stragglers. How about that? Instead of that word, because YouTube is very, very picky about that word. So we're going to do all we can. I do not know how many troops are going to be in the Spanish colonies, because they freaking horde mentality'd a lot of their fucking units, so... Horde mentality, unga boonga. Unga bunga. Alright. We're gonna put you in Tangiers to heal, because you're my elite, and you're gonna hopefully pay off. hopefully pay off. Mm-hmm. La da 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 da. Alright, let's go ahead and try to sink this one ship. Okay, that ship is down. And I won't be able to move into position because of these guys. Okay. Alright, that city's empty. That city's empty. That's okay. They've completely abandoned the Philippines. That is actually impressive. I was not expecting the Spaniards to really abandon the Philippines. I figured they would have at least some units left around to help defend it, but no. Okay. Okay, I can tolerate that. I like that. It just means that I can just drop a troop and then they'll just draft a unit and I can just destroy that unit. Easy, I guess. Easy to do. Okay. I was not expecting it, but you know, it's more than welcomed. Very much more than welcomed. I thought I had more cavalry. I do have more cavalry, it's just that it was just... I don't know where they were. Don't tell me I'm gonna lose... God damn it. I really don't want to lose units. I need these units. I need these units. I need to make more armies. I need more corps. I need more everything. I need a little bit of everything. Oh, good heavens. Still a bunch to do. Still a ton of things to do. My hope now is to take Hanoi, Valentine, and Pompeii. Pompeii? Is that how you say it? Pompeii? So we're going to go ahead and use this core to try and destroy some of the resistances inside Pompeii. I'm very positive there's probably another unit, more units inside the city, so yeah, we'll do what we can here. We're gonna go ahead and do cavalry and then just speed up the process of these cavalries. That will definitely help us tremendously. We're gonna have him guard just cause. Just cause. Alright, end the turn. Next turn, Uruguay and France settled. Spanish cavalry will not break. Will not break. And they cannot use their units to fight me. So they're just gonna constantly be scouting around the outside. And I'm hopeful that they will move out of the way so that I can get in there. That was pretty upsetting. Austria might actually take this trench line. Or not. They're definitely not going to take the city, so I don't know why they're trying. If he had one block of health, they could have won, but unfortunately. No, no dice. So this trench line's ready to be cleared, is from what I was looking at. Especially since it's quote-unquote encircled, because they cannot heal in enemy territory, so that's a bonus for us. Definitely a bonus for us. The Balkans have quite a formidable green navy. Holy crap. They're just bombarding things left and right. But I think they're also missing a lot. Oh, okay, that trench line was ready, and now I think Amsterdam's gonna... Okay. The Dutch are gonna take this trench line and become annoying to me. You know what? Fine. I can just force them out. I can just force them out, and if they don't want to force... If they don't want to... If they don't want to comply, that's fine too, because I can just go to war with them. Not a big deal. Not a big deal on my end. I will have to take the lowland countries anyway, so it's not really much of a big deal. Not much of a big deal. Nope, not a big deal. Not on my end. Alright, new line of battle. Artillery. Batteries. Go ahead and do what we can with them. Bombard it to rubble, to pieces even. And all the Dutch units just sitting outside the city make me a bit concerned. Yikes. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. I think the next time the British wants to break off the agreement of rite of passage, I think I'm going to use that and just say no and see what they want to do. If they want to fight me, then I can give them a fight. It's just that I'm hoping that my navy can outlast their navy and I can hold my colonies. Because that is like one of the big things, is that they'll fight in the colonial areas more so than in the European theater. And this whole island is pretty much what Britain is right now, just full of their Dominions troops, and they're just all over the place. It makes it very hard to make landings and stuff. Effective landings. But I'm hoping to take the rest of the French here and the Spaniards and use their cities for production of just cavalry and infantry, and I can just make landings across the entire, British, land across Albion and just completely decimate them with a glorious display of fireworks. Yep, big glorious display. A wonderful display of force. Okay, that city is empty. That city is not empty. How crass. So some cities are gonna definitely need to take some time. Okay, sounds fair. That's unfair. Okay. Let's try to take another troop out of the city. We'll whittle it down. Maybe. Maybe not. That's annoying. Okay. Maybe not. That's annoying. Okay. Okie dokie. Maybe not. Very annoying. Okay. That Afrikaner unit is in that city, and he will make it. Not make it. He won't make it. Okay. Another Ascari unit. We'll move him back up here. And we'll take this cavalry unit and try to do more harassment runs. Didn't work out very well. That's fine. I can also attack these guys, maybe. And get nothing done. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to take Hanoi and stuff without any artillery. So it's going to be a pain. Okay. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this video. We do have some groundwork in place to actually start getting a lot more stuff done. So that is on the plus side. It is on the up and up, as they say. And we are going to definitely be on it. So we're going to go ahead and drop 2 units off here. And we're going to take this steam transport and pretty much everybody here. And we're going to take them down here. And we're going to get ready to drop them off. And we're also going to set our bombardment to the cities now, officially to the cities, because it'll help in the long run. Okay, we got all of the batteries in the position. We're also going to move these ships into position, and they will be able to provide enough ground pounding. Ground to pound them. And we'll be taking all these cities. Hopefully we can set up to take more cities in the next episode. So, with that, my friends, until the next episode, peace out.